Hey techies, Anthony from HNE, and today we're going to look at XSplit Broadcaster and how to add a plugin. Now, plugins are useful if you want to basically add a feature that isn't something you can natively add. So I will show you two ways to do the same thing, one with a plugin, one without. And we're going to simply go and search for plugins in the plugin store. Plugins are generally free, although I have yet to see a paid one. But I have a premium access to XSplit Broadcaster. I paid for the premium, so I might have maybe more features than you may have accessible to you. But for our purposes, we're going to look for Twitch, and you're going to see a number of Twitch modules here. And frankly, what we just need is a chat viewer. And here is HTML5, and here's IRC. HTML5 is easy enough. Now, the reason why I'm going to show you this one in particular is because we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cheat it a little bit and do it through a different method. Because these plugins do add a little bit more resource to the system. I don't know how comparable it is to doing the other way I'm going to show you, but for giggles, here we go. So we're going to install the plugin. Okay, installation complete. So we're going to exit out of here. We're going to go to add source, and we are going to see right here, Twitch widgets, and then you can just add it. There are other ways to get plugins. You can find more sources. So, I mean, totally, however way you go upon it, the plugins are typically in this screen. This is the easiest way to get them. So we'll grab it. So you see it says that we are not connected to a Twitch channel. Right-click to log in and configure the settings. So I'm just going to stick this kind of center. Let's see. Yeah, middle screen. So this is the first one we're doing here. And we will right-click on it. And it will show up whatever the last tab I had open. I was doing filters before, so it shows that. But here is the primary tab. Here is my channel name on Twitch. So I want to, all things aside, I want to just connect. I'm going to hit connect after setting the name. And what will happen is the chat's here. And you're saying, well, I see nothing. Well, because no one's chatting. I'm not live streaming. I'm obviously recording this. But you would see text. But what type of text? Well, let's do a preview. Here's what it would look like if somebody actually said something. So we can adjust that. And we can go for settings. Let's see. My favorite font, and I feel like it's a fairly clear font to see, is Verdana. And for a minute there, I forgot the alphabet. So I like Verdana. I'm okay with the colors, but of course you can change the colors however you want. Let's see. We'll change this to Courier New. Why the heck not? Here we go, Courier New. And I'll change this color. There we go. So, let's see, the chat color. We'll change this background to kind of a lighter gray, I guess. This is ugly, by the way. Just super ugly. But as you see, I'm blowing it up. And then you can hide the user icons if you want. So if you don't want that user icon there, it just pretty much tells you the status of that person on Twitch. And just like anything else, you can, of course, adjust brightness, contrast, hue, etc. I don't know why you'd want to mess with this for this chat window, but again, your call. You can also change the size of the window this way if you don't want to do it, with grabbing, dragging. Preserve aspect ratio, which you probably should. I mean, definitely just not adjust to fit in any way. You can lock the position. You can enhance the resize. For text, it's decent. More so for pictures. Then, of course, you can change that. You can crop. You can, whatever you want to do, you can do it with that type of manipulation. Of course, you can do chroma key, but there's no green screen here. There's no blue screen. You can change some shape and stuff. I mean, you can change the opacity. Well, apparently not here because it's not doing anything. But, yeah, not doing here. Anyway, continuing on, you can also change the transition stuff. It's more advanced. We're not going to get into it. And, of course, you can change the filter. But I feel like the last couple of these are really meant for, they're definitely meant for images and video. So these aren't really going to help you too much. And let's go back up to here. Here we go. So that's pretty much it for this form. And we're just going to leave this here. It's whatever. So the second thing you can do to get this same box and actually get a little bit more use out of it, I think, is to just create the HTML version, which is you want to add a web page. And you want to put in the web address, which is http twitch.tv/ your channel's name. Mine, of course, is Hatchersnet, and then chat. And you see it loads the chat window. I didn't have to install a plugin, and it's already the same size and shape. And you will see by me, of course, going into its settings, that there is some tweaking I can do. I can reload and scene enter. I'm going to reload on source show, which means that when I transition one of these scenes here, it will reload, or it will reload if I show the source anywhere else. The thing is, Twitch has a habit of blanking out and refreshing your chat if you have the reload option on, so maybe just an idea to keep it unchecked. Of course, you can adjust its transparency if you don't want it. You can change its size here if you don't want to drag it here. Then, of course, there's audio options. It incorporates the system sound, which, again, is down here. If you want to use sound, you remember to enable them. Right now, they're muted. And then, just like everything else, you can go through and set other things. Again, these last couple of options really only apply to pictures and video, so I'm not going to do anything for this. But these are all options for you. And then, of course, and I rarely ever mention keep source in memory. This is something it just procures it to RAM. So if you want to load it quicker, that is what it'll do. And it's easy enough. So if somebody was texting on here, see, I like this version better because if no one texts, I still know it's working. But on this one, it will stay blank. But that is two ways to add the same feature, one in plugin and the other using a web-based option. Your call on which one you want to use. I prefer this, of course. And this tutorial wasn't specifically meant to call out Twitch, but that's where we ended up. Tell me in the comments your thoughts on this video. Did you like what you saw, and how was your experience with it? Thanks for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe.